What if I told you everything you thought you knew about Aemond Targaryen is just scratching the surface? This guy's got a plan more twisted than Caraxes' neck for taking the Iron Throne. From claiming the mightiest dragon and losing an eye, to plotting his own brother's downfall, Aemond's plan for the Iron Throne is fueled by revenge and paved in fire and blood. Welcome to the Binge Zone, guys. Stick around to uncover the shocking and sometimes brutal truth about Aemond's quest for the Iron Throne. Aemond Targaryen is the second son to Viserys Targaryen and Alicent Hightower. Traditionally, being the second son would make him second in line for the throne, but because Viserys loved his daughter Rhaenyra so much, he made her heir, pushing Aemond down to third in line. And once Rhaenyra and Aegon started having children, his path to the Iron Throne was forever gone. Kind of like Daemon. But what made it worse for Aemond is the fact that growing up, he was not only bullied by Aegon, but Rhaenyra's children as well. That made him believe that he was more deserving of the throne than Aegon, more deserving than Rhaenyra's kids. And the night that he lost his eye after claiming Vhagar was the night that solidified his plan to take the Iron Throne. That night, Rhaenyra's sons took his eye, and once his father Viserys found out about it, did nothing to those kids.
Look at me. Your king demands an answer. Who spoke these lies to you?
To take it a step further, after losing his eye, his father actually chastised them for calling them bastards, and when he blamed Aegon for calling them that, Viserys did nothing to Aegon. So not only can they bully him, but they can deform him and nothing happens. That night, Aemond realized that a king or an heir doesn't have to play by the rules. He may have lost an eye, but he gained two things that night. One, Vhagar, the most powerful dragon in the realm, and two, that intense one-eye glare that he does. But those events do mark the beginning of Aemond's resolve to secure the throne, believing that his suffering entitles him to power. From that night, Aemond dedicated his life to rigorous training to become one of the best warriors in the Seven Kingdoms. He developed a strategic military mind and great military prowess, making him a formidable leader. His bond with Vhagar, the largest and most powerful dragon in the realm, gives him the firepower to stand on his claims. Aemond's military training and control over Vhagar are the most crucial assets in his plan to overpower any opposition and seize the throne. And the fact that this show has a different canon than the books, you see them actually expand on Aemond's plans, and they also expand on the dichotomy between Aemond and Daemon, both of them being second sons and both of them being denied direct access to the throne by Rhaenyra Targaryen. Aemond sees himself in Daemon. Not just that, he has an admiration for his uncle, especially after witnessing Daemon kill Vaemond Valerion with no consequences, further reinforcing might is right in his mind. So Aemond developed a desire to emulate Daemon's ruthless and decisive nature. All he wants to do is be like his cool uncle. Aemond models his strategy on Daemon's actions, believing that emulating his uncle's ruthlessness is the key for claiming the throne. But that's where the dichotomy stops, because he doesn't want to be Daemon all the way, because Daemon will never sit on the throne. Daemon loves his family too much. That's where they differ. Daemon is not above attacking and killing his own family for the Iron Throne. That's why we have the Battle of Rook's Rest. Aemond attacked Aegon at Rook's Rest. When Aemond sees his opening against his family, he's going to take it. He attacked Aegon at Rook's Rest because Aegon at that point has no heir. After the events of Blood and Cheese, Daemon killed Aegon's heir Jaehaerys. That left his older brother with no heir. And the fact that Aemond started the Dance of the Dragons that delegitimized Rhaenyra's claim to the throne, if he can get rid of Aegon, who has no heir, now the throne is his. Not only does he want Aegon's throne, but even when they were kids, he does mention how he likes Helaena, how he would actually take her and love her as king because that's his duty. It's a win-win for him. He gets the Iron Throne and a Targaryen wife, and we know he speaks fluent Valyrian and he rides the biggest dragon. That would submit him as the greatest dragon lord in the realm. And the attack on Aegon was a bold move to weaken his brother's claim and position Aemond as the stronger contender for the throne. He already made a power move against Aegon at the small council meeting, and now that Aegon's been incapacitated, Aemond is now acting regent.
The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemond.
Agreed.
Putting himself one step closer to the Iron Throne. Now, the only thing he needs to do now is get rid of Aegon and Rhaenyra. And so far, he has killed 2 dragons on Rhaenyra's side, so he's weakening her day by day. And Aegon being out of commission and him ruling, if Aegon dies or he was burnt beyond the point where he can reproduce an heir, at this point, Aemond's claim is even more legitimized. He has control of the small council. He now has the dagger of the king. Aegon is out of the picture. Vhagar is taking care of Rhaenyra. All the steps he's taken are coming to fruition because he's willing to take the extra step and go after his family, something Daemon was not willing to do. Each step of his plan worked. From his training to his alliances, let's not forget, he was the one that flew the storms in and solidified the Baratheons' allegiance to the crown. And he's not above using ruthless tactics, sneak attacks against other dragons, attacking his brother 20,000 feet in the air where no one can blame him for it. All of this building towards his ultimate goal of claiming the Iron Throne. Because of everything he's had to endure, because of watching Viserys as a weak man, he was able to keep his plan to himself, harness his plan, use any tactic necessary, and systematically disable the 7 kingdoms in the way where he can use chaos as a ladder. A similar strategy to Littlefinger, but the fact that he's a Targaryen with a dragon has a real shot and a real claim at the Iron Throne. He gets no love and no support from his family. It's to the point where he has to go to a whorehouse and pay one just to hug and cuddle him so he can feel love and support. So of course he has no allegiance to them. Of course he's not going to support the Targaryens. They haven't done anything to embrace him, and he's just a child. Deep down inside, don't forget, he's only 16, but he's grown and festered this wound, and he's going to sit on the Iron Throne. He's going to change the way things are, and he's going to destroy, kill, burn anyone who stands in his way. That is Aemond Targaryen's ultimate warpath. That is what Aemond Targaryen is looking to achieve. A world where he doesn't have to be neglected. A world where he will be respected and where everyone will fear the one-eyed prince. But guys, that's just my theory on it. I'd love to hear your theory about Aemond's plan in the comment section below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. And do you think if Aemond actually sits on the Iron Throne in the show canon, will that affect the overall narrative of House of the Dragons and, better yet, Game of Thrones down the line? Or is it something that they can actually do where it won't affect the storyline too much? I don't think it will, because ultimately we know who ends up on the Iron Throne and continues the lineage down to Daenerys Targaryen. But guys, that's just my thoughts on it. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, binge on.